Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in the fall of 2022. But not today. The album, Dad, Shimmy Shimmy, F. Rock on, gold dust, woman. Boost! Happy Tuesday. How are you guys doing today? I wanted today to be a 2 for Tuesday, but I've got so much stuff to do today before I go to my home group meeting tonight. If you don't know, I've been sober for some time, and so I have a home group meeting that I go to every Tuesday evening with my good Judy, Tanya Jean. So that's tonight, and I have a lot of things to do. I have my crumble cookie review today. I have to vlog today. I have so many things to do before I go to that meeting. So I thought I would just jump in here and do a little Trisha Paytas video and put my 2 cents in about the internet being divided over the birth of Trisha Paytas' baby and her putting her daughter in videos and TikToks, and everybody's talking about this right now. So I thought, well, everybody's talking about it. Why don't I talk about it for a little bit? And I also wanted to really do this video because I really wanted to hear your response to this. Now, I will ask you in the comment section, share your honest opinion, but we can be, nice about it. We can be classy and just say, hey, this is how I feel about it, whatever. We don't have to come for anybody. We don't have to, all that. We can be nice about, our opinions about things. So, but I did want to do a Deaf Noodles video today, and I'll tell you why I wanted to do a Deaf Noodles video, and this will probably be the title of my next Deaf Noodles video. So I did one yesterday about Dennis and kind of an update over the weekend of everything that's been going on. Are you from Detroit? About everything that's been going on with him. And he did post another thirst trap picture today. In case you're missing those and you want to see those, you can go over to Dennis's Twitter and his Instagram, and you will find enough of those to thirst over for eternity, if that's what you're looking for. But anyway, Betty commented on my video yesterday, and I so wanted to put my title of a video and put it Deaf Noodles. This was her comment. We want the T and not the D. I wanted to use that as a title so bad for my video because I thought that was such a hilarious statement. So when I do my next Deaf Noodles video, the title's going to be, hey Deaf Noodles, we want the T, not the D. And I actually think it's really appropriate and kind of like in a concise manner, says everything about what his fans are feeling at this point. That they really miss the commentary and they miss the T. They don't want the D. So anyway, but this is not a Deaf Noodles video. What this is a lip gloss video. When your lips are dry as mine, then it's Luna Beauty time. Did you know that Manny MUA is actually moving today? Go over to his Instagram story and you can see it. All of his makeup is boxed up and he's moving it from house to house. He wants to have a little bit more of a social life. If you didn't watch the video, he lives too far away from his friends. He wants to have more of a social life, so he's moving closer to his friends and things like that. I don't love, like, if you watch somebody and they're like a makeup reviewer, Get Ready With Me and whatever, and that's kind of what you've fallen in love with them for, like for them to go and completely do something completely different, which, hey, it's their business, right? But like for me, it's kind of like it throws me off. I'm like, I so fell in love with you for this content, and then all of a sudden you're going to switch it up like all the way through. But I do like when they'll do like maybe 3 or 4 videos and then they'll throw up like a life update video or 3 videos and then they do something else. Like I really enjoy, when they do that. It was funny because I actually got quite a few DMs from people asking me why I wasn't doing a video about NikkiTutorials' wedding. And I was like, what video? What do you want me to do in a video? Just congratulations, Nikki. I don't really know what that video would be about. I think that NikkiTutorials is fantastic. Honest opinion, I think she is one of the most hands down genuine, least problematic beauty influencers, pure YouTubers out there, you know, that has done a really fantastic job of really securing a strong foundation on her channel and her brand, if you want to call it that. And she's also a good example to me of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, she's still doing videos of the same quality that she was doing 5 and 6 years ago, and still garnering great views on her videos. I mean, yes, she's doing life update videos every once in a while, but she's also gotten so many opportunities as a result of that. And that's because I think Nikki knows like what she's good at and what she's good at doing. And she continues to do that over and over again. And then just continuing to learn on top of that and add on top of that, and really connecting with her audience as well. And I think that she has figured out kind of like a machine that works for her. And I think it's fantastic. And I'm very happy for her. I'm happy for any successes for her. You know, I'm happy for any successes for anybody. Like, one of the things that is very confusing to me is that, you know, like doing drama commentary, people really want me to drag people sometimes, right? And I get it, and I do, you know? But like, if I drag a fool, people are like, I either get these two comments, and they're very like polarizing comments. I either get a comment and somebody will say, oh, I love this sassy Peter. This is the sassy Peter that I signed up for. Or I get a comment and somebody will say, Peter, you're really being mean and I don't understand why you're saying this comment and blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, okay, it's really not that deep. Let's just be for real, okay? So anyway, but on the heels of that, let's talk about this whole situation with Trisha Paytas. And I have to tell you, the jury is still out for me. Like, I think I'm just kind of sitting back and still kind of watching what is going on to see what I think about all of this. So I think we're today maybe 6 days out since her daughter was born. I think her daughter was born on the 14th, if I'm correct. So anyway, Trisha Paytas and her husband Moses had a daughter. Their daughter is named Malibu Barbie. Paytas Hackman, Ms. Packman. We already know that. So anyway, and that kind of caused this uproar on the internet. And so many people were like, I can't believe that she named her daughter this, and I can't believe this, and whatever. And then there were a lot of people that were like, oh, I love that name, and I think the name is really, really cute. And all these people were kind of already making nicknames for her. I mean, on my channel, people would say like, oh, I think Mally is a really cute name, or I think Boo is a really cute name, or I think Mal is a... It's like everybody came up with all these nicknames for her, right? Which I thought was cute, and it was very endearing. You know, and there were a lot of people that were saying, you know, like, I kind of fell off the gravy train of Trisha Paytas, like that's not the way it should have been used, but you know, I kind of fell off the train of Trisha Paytas like several years ago. I unsubscribed to her. Like, I'm not really a big fan of hers anymore. I don't watch her videos, but I am extremely happy for her. Like, this is always what she wanted. And I think that's a very human response where you can show, you know, like, maybe this person is problematic, and listen, and I'm always going to call somebody out for being problematic, right? But that also doesn't mean that you have to like always be going for that person like constantly, right? Like, you can sing their praises if they do something happy or successful as well. And I think that's a really normal, natural human response. And I thought that was really cool to see in the comment section of my video that, you know, people could say, hey, listen, I have issues with my neighbor dog. Do you hear him next door? I mean, he's going crazy. Anyway, I love the comments in my, you know, the comment section where people were like, you know, like, Trisha is problematic and has been in the past, and I'll, you know, continue, but I can be really happy for her in that moment. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a really, a humanizing, honest way to look at the internet and be able to not just like, I think that's the next step in the evolution of like cancellation, right? Like, forever we were talking about canceling people, canceling people, canceling people. And then it kind of, you know, people were like, oh, people can't be canceled. And I'm not a big believer that people can be canceled, you know? I think that probably some of the people out there that I don't even talk about on my channel that should have been canceled have never been canceled. Or if they have, it's because they canceled themselves, because they stopped making videos, or because they just went to other platforms, or they, you know, they were the ones that hurt their own career, you know? It's like, I think very much of what we're seeing right now with Deaf Noodles, like, if he were to be canceled, let's say, right? It's of his own doing to a certain amount, because he's really not listening to his audience. He's really not listening to the fans that built his career. And so if at some point he has no career as a result of that, which to me equals cancellation, then what that means is you weren't willing to listen to the constructive constructive criticism that people were giving you. You didn't want to listen to it. Okay, you did what you thought was best, and now you're sitting over here, right? So I think that's really the only way from cancellation. I think the next kind of realm in the evolution, I think this idea of cancellation, cancel culture, I think it's a thing of the past. I think the next evolution is, how do we continue to look at these social media influencers, whether they're on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or wherever, right? And have a humanizing response to them, to have this, you know, this, we're all human in this together, where we can call out their problematic behaviors, but we can also sing their praises and be happy for them in moments too. I think that is a very human, like I said, a very human response to this. So, Trisha had this baby. A lot of people were saying things about it. I actually kind of think that the name is cute. It's like, whatever. I think Malibu is cute. I think Malibu Barbie to me is like a little bit a lot, but it's, you know, whatever. I mean, I've seen so much worse from friends of mine even that name their babies things, and I'm like, okay, like, you know, whatever. I've actually known people, like, I always want to use this example of somebody that I went to school with that, like, her name, like, I would hear it come over the, like, I would hear it come over, like, the speaker, and I would just be like, you know, but, like, I can't even use it as an example because it's her first and her last name together. But, like, my last name is Monn, and my aunt, okay, my dad's sister, always wanted me, if I had a daughter, to name her Cinnamon, okay, which I don't think we need to go there, right? But there's a lot of examples of things that I could have done with the last name Monn, right? So I've known a lot of people that do stuff. Why? So, I mean, Malibu Barbie, for somebody like Trisha Paytas, I don't think it's like that big of a stretch. I already did that video, so I'm not going to get in that video. I don't know. I just think people got so stressed about it. It's not like she's going to, I mean, we already know, like, you know, when her daughter's getting into the cookie jar in the kitchen or whatever, you know, that Trisha's going to be like, Malibu Barbie Paytas happening. Get your hand out of that cookie jar. But other than that, okay, how many times is she going to use her full name? Never. It's going to be Malibu. It's going to be Mal or Mally or Boo or whatever they decide to call her. We already know that, right? And then there were a lot of people that were saying, and I even speculated, that maybe she was doing this just as like a stage name, because she was going to have her in videos and stuff, which actually I think would have been smart. I really do. To protect some kind of like secret identity. That makes it sound like secret spies of the world. But, you know, so that she could have her own identity going forward and whatever. And that she could, you know, decide like whether or not she wanted her name out there and whatever. A lot of people don't do that. Most celebrities don't ever do that. I don't know why we should expect that from Trisha Paytas. I think the only reason why I would, like, if like Trisha called me up and said, what do you think? Do you think I should do that? And I would say, yeah, I think it should be something maybe you should think about, is because Trisha is somebody that garners so much hate online, right? And so there are going to be a lot of people that are watching this very, very closely. And, you know, let's just be for real. There are some people out there that mix their hate with their crazy, and it's scary. Honest to God. Like, you know what I mean? So, and I think, like, this is my hope in this moment as I see all of this go on online is, you know, whatever your issues are with Trisha, whatever your issues are with Moses or Ela and Ethan Klein, or whatever your issues are about this fandom and all this kind of stuff, let's not for 1 second remember that there is a tiny child whose entire life she has ahead of her, who is at the middle of all of this. Let's remember that, and let's protect that a little bit. You know what I mean? And I know that's where people are going to be like, well, Trisha shouldn't be the one putting her in her videos, and maybe not. I don't know. I'm not the mother. I'm not the father. That's not my choice to make, right? Do I have opinions about that at this point? I don't know. The jury's still out for me. So, this is what's happened. Trisha has her baby. She starts posting pictures on Twitter, on Instagram. She does a TikTok with her. We already knew that that was going to happen. That was going to be the way that Trisha was going to announce to the world that she had this child. Everybody does this. Every celebrity does this, okay? I don't know why this is a big deal to a lot of people, but if you watch any celebrity, I don't care who that is, okay? Singers, movie stars, everybody, there's always the picture, usually by People magazine, where they got paid $1 million, where they take a picture with their child in the hospital, okay? Somebody is usually paying celebrities for that very exclusive picture. Trisha Paytas put it online for y'all for free, okay? So there because she was so excited about that moment, right? So she did that, and, you know, a lot of people were talking about this TikTok that she posted. I knew, having watched Trisha is somebody that lives online. I think that's one thing that we have to remember, is that Trisha Paytas has lived online for 10 to 15 years, right? Everything she does is online. So the fact that she actually pulled it in a little bit while going in, you know, having the C-section and all this kind of stuff and then talking about it afterwards, I think it's interesting. I think it was very thought out, and I think it was like, okay, I'm going to think this through, and I'm not going to just throw up everything online and blah, 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 whatever, right? Okay. Oh my God, do you know what I forgot to show you? I forgot to show you my Christmas soaps I bought at Costco. I'm so excited about them. Anyway, and they come in 4 different flavors. Spice sugar cookie, balsam fir, frosted peppermint, and holly berry. $9.99 at Costco. I'm real excited for the holidays this year. So anyway, I do think that move was thought out by Trisha, right? But now she has started to post videos, okay? She did an ASMR video where it's like, I want to make sure that I get these titles correct because it's important that we talk about this. Hold on a second. I have this all pulled up. Hold on. ASMR. I just had Trisha Paytas ASMR. So she did a video, ASMR singing to my newborn in the hospital. It's currently sitting at 136,000 views. I don't know if she's deleting comments, but the majority of the comments on here are positive, okay? It's literally her sitting in the hospital, and she says something like to the ASMR, my ASMR community or whatever, and she sings to her daughter, okay? She then posts a video, hold on a second. She then posts a video on her main channel, and it's called Meet Our Daughter, and it's like 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And it's just her and Moses and the baby, and darling baby, isn't she so sweet? And Trisha and her have like the same pajamas on, and she says Meet Our Daughter. It's like 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and that's just her like introducing her daughter to like the world and whatever. And then she does a follow-up video on that channel called Birth Vlog, Labor Plus Emergency C-Section, and it's 24 minutes and 53 seconds. And that's Trisha talking about everything and the process and all of that going forward, right? Then if you go over to, hold on a second, I gotta pull up these channels. If you go over to the Paytas Hackman family channel, Trisha has on there now 2 more videos, okay? One is Life as a New Mom, 4 days postpartum, 177,000 views, pretty good. And Going Home from the Hospital with Newborn vlog 3 hours ago, and that has a 7.5 thousand views, okay? So she has, at this point, posted 5 videos over 3 channels of her newborn. And the internet is completely split about what people are saying, okay? People are saying, number one, a lot of people are congratulating Trisha and excited about this, and oh, okay, this is great, and you know, oh, this is exciting to watch, and Trisha's sharing all this kind of stuff with us, and la la la, I love you, Trisha, I love you, Trisha. I mean, if you go in here and you read any of the comments, here, I'm gonna, hold on a second. If you go in here and you read any of the comments from like, here, I'm just gonna, this is her most recent vlog on her family channel. I'm just gonna go to the newest comments and I'm gonna read them to you, and I'm gonna tell you, I will be surprised if there's a negative comment in there. So proud of you, Trisha. You're going to be a great mother. Wishing you best of luck. Love you. Really amazing news. Does anyone know why Trisha chose not? Okay. Let's see. Moses just looks so happy and proud. Those noises with a heart. My mom gave me, somebody said, I feel like you were acting. My mom gave me the exact angel, passed it down, and it goes on and on and on. And then this is where people start talking about the internet stuff. I love you so much. Congratulations to you and your family. So happy for you both. Congrats. But this is here, okay, is what comes with the family channel, okay? Are comments like this. She's not properly strapped into her car seat. Please, please learn how to properly secure a baby in a car seat. And this is what I talked about in all of my previous videos when I said, Trisha, please think about doing this family channel and having your baby in it, okay? I didn't tell her not to post her baby in it. I didn't tell her that this wasn't, it's her decision. She can do what she wants to do, right? But this is what's going to come along with it. This is going to be where people watch every single thing you do very, very closely and monitor it. And I don't know that Trisha can handle it, you know? Trisha is somebody that when anybody criticizes her in the past, you know, she'll take it, and then she blows up and goes off on some Twitter rant, right? Well, when people are watching you and you're a first-time mother, number one, I don't care what anybody says. No first-time mother out there in the world, based on what my friends have told me that have been first-time mothers, have it figured out, you know? I'll never forget sitting in a counseling session with this counselor that I had when I was in high school and my mom, and right before she grabbed her purse and threw it over her shoulder and walked right on out of that appointment because she was so pissed at this counselor, the counselor said to her, well, if you did this and you did that and whatever, and my mom looked at him and said, and you tell me what parent, if you had a book that said, you read page 1 through 100 and your child will turn out perfect, you tell me what parent wouldn't read that book? And then she grabbed her purse and walked out of the room because she was so pissed at what this counselor was saying to her. You know, I think so many parents like really struggle with being a first-time mother. Trisha's putting that experience online and expecting that nobody's going to comment on it, right? I hope she's prepared. I really, really do. So there are so many people that are congratulating her and whatever, right? Then there's the other group over here that are saying you're using your baby for views, you're exploiting your child, you're just like any other family channel. Back in the day, Trisha had a lot to say about family channels and exploiting their children and things like that. Now that Trisha has been able to like fulfill her dream of having a family and a child, she is like having her child in videos and doing all this kind of stuff, and people are calling it out and saying that she's a hypocrite. You know, Trisha is, you know, doing all of these videos. My personal opinion is, like I said, the jury is still out for me. I'll have to kind of watch and see what goes back. If her ASMR channel, you know, goes back to her normal doing ASMR videos and she's doing cooking videos in the kitchen or whatever, and then the Pacman, I can't keep track of what, Paytas Hackman family channel, I don't even know, did she take all those Jason videos off there yet? You know, it was funny because I did see on, somebody tagged me in it online, there was a scene like when she's in the scene, like it's a movie, when she's in the hospital, and I heard her say it, I did, and she's talking to Moses, and he's in the background, and she says something, and then she calls him Jason instead of Moses, and I mean, I knew, I was like, girl, this is the internet for you, they'll catch that stuff, you know what I mean? But I have to tell you, like, if you've been married long enough and you've ever been in long-term relationships, you'll do it, okay? I've called my husband my ex's names before. I just have, you know? And by the time you get to my age, you know, you call everybody, Tucker, Pee-Pee, Boo Radley, Alex. By the time I get to my husband's name, I've called him all the dogs' names, you know? My dad, I asked to speak at my mother's funeral, okay? And, so he got up and he gave a eulogy talking about the years that he and my mother were married. And he was telling this funny story about how my mom, when they lived in Chicago, because I was born in Chicago and my dad did his medical residency there and things like that. And when they were living in Chicago, that my mom taught, nobody cares about this story, but my mom taught at a Orthodox Hebrew school in downtown Chicago. And so she would always be running late. My mom was always running late her entire life, and so she would park and she'd get all these parking tickets. And so she got this date where she had to go and look at all these, or go to the judge and go talk to all these parking tickets. And so when she was talking to when the guy was talking to the judge or attorney or whatever, you know, he was like, you know, so-and-so Mrs. Monn, she's like always running late, she's a school teacher or whatever, and the judge was like, well, thank you for your duty or whatever, and he was like, this is not that big of a deal, like, if you pay them, we're just gonna let it off. And my mom was like, excuse me, because she always had something to say, I get that from her, and she was like, why am I telling this story? Anyway, she was like, excuse me, but like, I took a day off from school, like, I want my day in court, and my dad's like, oh my God, please help me. And so anyway, my mom ended up like getting in a lot of trouble because she like demanded and talked to the judge, and so he was to just let her off if she just paid the tickets, but she wanted to have her say, and because she had to have her say, she ended up getting into trouble. So anyway, but while my dad is telling this story to this entirely packed congregation at this church for my mom's funeral, the entire time he is calling my mom my stepmom's name. And then when he refers to my stepmom, because he started talking about when she came into the picture and how closely my stepmom and my mom worked together to like get me places and whatever, he starts calling my stepmom my mom's name, right? It happens, okay? It doesn't mean that Trisha doesn't love Moses. It happens. It's a slip of the tongue, right? But this is the kind of stuff that, like, when you have a family channel, people are going to watch. So, I mean, hell, like, I do a video with my husband, you know, and he rolls his eyes or whatever, and people are like, oh, Alex isn't in love with Peter anymore because he rolled his eyes. No, gal, that's called being married for 11 years and together 14, okay? He probably rolls his eyes 20 times a day at me, you know what I mean? But anyway, and me too. And that's just called being together with people. But, you know, when you're online, people watch for all that stuff really, really closely. When you're in a family channel, people are going to really watch for how she's, like, you know, parenting this child and if she's doing things correctly. And I think observably so. I think that if she's doing things incorrectly, I hope she's open to the criticism. If she doesn't have a child, you know, correctly strapped into a car seat, I hope she learns from those comments and she's open to them. Because maybe that will help her if she's open to that, right? If she gets angry about it and resistant, it's just not going to go her way. So there's all these people out there that are coming out and they're saying, oh, Trisha's using her baby. She's throwing her baby up in all these videos and she's using her baby for views and she's exploiting it. Well, I wanted to get online and I wanted to look up the word exploit, which I already know what it means, but just to talk about it because people are already saying she's exploiting this baby for views and for money and things like that. And I wanted to see kind of the exact definition, so I looked it up. Here's the definition. Make a full use and derive benefit from. Okay, so people are saying she's making use of her child and benefiting from it. As a verb, exploit commonly means to selfishly take advantage of someone in order to profit from them or otherwise benefit from oneself. So people are saying that she is selfishly benefiting or views or whatever from putting her child in these videos. I don't know. That's something y'all are going to have to decide. Where was the last one that I wanted to? To utilize, especially for profit, and what does it say? To utilize, especially for profit, turn to practical account, to exploit a business for a business opportunity, to use selfishly for one's own ends. So I don't know. You know, I think that people are going to have to decide on their own. You know, and this is where it's like, if you have an issue with it, you have an issue with it. Now, I will tell you, like I've said in my previous videos, I have a lot of issues with a lot of these family channels out there, okay? And the way that they do things and whatever. I hope Trisha is willing to take warning. I think 5 videos in a few days. I mean, when I'm sitting here as a YouTuber, the one thing I'm wondering is if she's been in the hospital, who's posting these videos? Because I know Trisha posts her own videos. I know she doesn't have editors and all that kind of stuff. As far as I know, like the last time I knew, she didn't have editors. She did all that stuff herself. So I'm like, who is posting these videos? Who's filming these videos? So is it like Moses is filming the videos and then Trisha's like on her computer, like in the hospital, posting those videos? Like, then to me, that would be like, why can't you just wait until you're home? Or maybe she did post them when she got home and she waited. I don't know, right? And maybe she's home now. I feel like 5 videos on 3 different channels. I think that's a lot. I do, you know. The jury is still out to me because I will see if it slows down. Okay, and if it slows down and like the ASMR goes back to what she was doing on the ASMR before and her main channel goes to whatever, I don't care if she throws in there a baby video every once in a while. It's her life now. This is what she's doing, right? She's excited about it. She's happy about it. Obviously, we've already been told that the Paytas Hackman family channel, this is what it's going to be. So for people to get upset about that, you've already been warned, okay? I mean, she already told you that this is what it's going to be. So we already know that, okay? If she enters this era of problematic family channels, that's a different story. You know, if she's talking about, you know, we're seeing like the Ace family and all these other families that are truly, you know, doing this stuff that people are criticizing, then I think that that's a different conversation. I don't think that 1 week out, we're there yet. And, you know, this is something I said in my last video. It's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I hope that people can just pull back a little bit and be like, and see that she's just really excited about this. And maybe this is just like a passing thing, you know, and that she's wanting to post everywhere because she's so excited about this moment for a second, you know, and I really hope that that's what it is. I really do. And like I say in a lot of my videos, you know, I hope the best for people and I like to be surprised when, you know, people surprise me about like that they're better and that they make better choices than I thought that they would, you know, and I like to surprise people when I make better choices than I thought I would, you know, and whatever. And that we all kind of like realize, oh, we're human and, you know, okay. So, you know, I hope that Trisha surprises people. And I hope that, you know, she doesn't do what the people that are criticizing her do. And, you know, I don't know. I just think this is her being excited right now. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. Let me know. I really am interested to know what you guys think, whether or not you think that this is too much, or if it's not, and it's just her being excited right now. If you don't care, if you're not invested in it, whatever. Let me know in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.